it fit perfectly, and she loved it, and it was like, okay, good.
Yes.
Yay, we
It's
found
always
something.
fun.
So
It's
I
always
was really happy
fun.
about that.
Yes.
But the rest of this week has just been like a comedy of errors.
Yeah.
Like, I need to get stuff done, and I'm trying as hard as I can to get stuff done, but everything is coming in and disrupting or, creating distractions, and I can't get back to what I need to do. And then I feel everything piling up because I'm pushing it off, and there's just not enough hours in the day.
Oh, yeah. I was scrambling to finish the book, the series that I was reading on the cruise.
Hi, Anita.
Hello. So, I was doing that at night instead of, doing the things that a writer really should, but I was
You were
shirking my
on
writing
vacation.
duties.
You're allowed to just.
Well, on the cruise, yes. But when I got home, I should have, I had to do it for the day job. So I should have done it for the night job. But no, I'm like, I still have to finish this book. Although I did reach out to the author because I think, unfortunately, she may have put up the unedited version.
Oh no.
Mhm. Maybe, unless I didn't, yeah. Unless I was, just overly critical, but I don't think so. Normally I get lost in the story, but there were just way too many errors. I felt so bad because the story was freaking fantastic.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah, it's like, do I
But when
reach
you
out?
keep
Yes, I
seeing
did the
things and
color.
your editor
Oh
brain
yeah,
won't shut off, yeah, it
yeah,
wrecks it for you.
exactly. Instead of my man, it was my met. Oh yeah, I was like, yeah.
Well, hello, everybody out there.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Spilling Ink, talk show that brings you behind the book to meet the authors and professionals in the publishing industry. And today is just going to be one of our author chats.
Yes. Unfortunately, our guest had a family tragedy, so earlier in the week, so she couldn't make it, and she felt really bad, but she's just not in the mind space. So, and we all send our best to her and our blessings and our prayers. So,
Yep.
here we are. You get us.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. I'm still moving on the boat in my head, so so it could be good or bad. Yeah, the equilibrium is basically fucked this week. Let's put it that way.
It's been one of those weeks, I swear. Like I said, it's comedy of errors for me.
Yes.
And I thought, like, going into this week, I forgot spring break was coming up. I knew it was in the future, but in the distant future in my mind, not next week, which was this week.
Did
and
you
so
guys
I was
have the
rushing
clock
to
change too?
yeah, and the clock changed
Oh, yeah.
too.
Yeah, that kind of messes us all up.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get as much done as I possibly can. Hey, Joe, long time no see.
Hello.
And I rushed and rushed and rushed. I had like sleepless nights. There was like 2 nights almost in a row that I didn't really sleep, but maybe 2 hours because I was pushing to get through stuff and turn it in. And then when I turned it in, I was told we have to hold off because it needs an extra review because the people that I work for are changing up the structure of stuff. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh, lovely.
And then out of the blue, they dumped everything back on me with revisions. And I'm like, okay, I'll get to them, I promise. And my kids being on spring break, they're home.
Oh, yes.
They got nothing to do but pester me anytime I need quiet time. So I was trying to be fun mom, trying not to be yelling and snapping, but still struggling because of deadlines. And fun week. But Zoe kicked ass today. The gym that we both go to was doing its grand reopening. She had her exhibition fight today, and man, she came out swinging. She tapped her opponent out in 40 seconds.
That is awesome.
Oh my God, it was great.
Little mini you. Yes.
I roll with the adults, and no, I'm not tapping anyone out yet. I am not good enough for that. But I have fun with it.
She's a scrappy little thing, though.
Oh man, She is, yeah, she's gonna be something.
Yeah.
Anita says
Well,
this month has been a blur with interviews and appointments. It seems like this whole month has really been kind of wacky for everybody that I've talked to.
yeah. I mean, this thing of mine of not scheduling any editors until October, I've gotten one book done. I'm editing it right now. So that's really good. The other 3 that I'm working on, eh.
Is it because the pressure isn't on? Like you need that pressure to really push?
No, I think it's more, where do I want to go next? It's more of I haven't bought into any of the stories yet. You know what I mean? I get that way when I start a series or whatever, and none of these are series. These are all individual standalones, which I think makes a difference. I know I put a line or 2 in our you know thing on Google Docs, but it's just like,
Right? It just haven't had time to really get to it.
yeah. So it's just like, and once I make up my mind, I will, go with a vengeance. You know that.
Yep.
I mean, and this last one is going to end up being like around 55,000 words.
Okay.
So it's a little longer than some of my stories, but not quite as long as the other, the series ones. So yeah. Oh, Puerto Rico.
Joe's going to Puerto Rico Comic-Con. Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I expect to see lots of pictures, Joe. I
Yep.
need to live vicariously through others, so make sure you post plenty of pictures of your adventures out there.
Yeah, I actually posted the dolphin thing on my Facebook page.
Oh,
So
I've got to go back and look. I saw a couple of things.
Yeah, the video of that's on my Facebook page, not on the group. So, so I was like, yeah, I'm going to post that because on my page, on actually my profile, not my page. I have to get them all right. I'm all confused.
Too much social media.
Yeah, and yeah. So it's been,
Anita, how many work in progresses are you up to now? Because she said she added another one.
Yeah. I mean, especially reading the fantasy romances that I have. This last one was a reverse harem.
Okay.
And I normally don't read reverse harems, but this one was actually pretty good.
Was that the one that was too sexy that you were talking about?
No.
Okay.
No. The Camp Freen book was just a pair.
Okay.
But this one had some pretty hot sections.
Okay.
But the story itself was really good. And I'm like, okay, so that gives me ideas and things like that. And, I've got to write a Fae series as well. Because I've got those, I've got angels, I've got wolves. I'm like, okay, what do I want to write next? I don't know.
I haven't written anything personally for my work in so long.
Yes. That's kind of a pisser.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right.
Little bit.
Have to get our series on the roll.
Yep. Well, it's just I've been like this latest book series that I'm working on for my employer has been difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it seems to be taking up every last brain cell I've got.
Yeah. And that one is more of a thriller. You write more thrillers at this point, or mysteries?
I know I was doing crime thriller, but they opened up a paranormal division, and that's what I'm working on now is paranormal. But because it's new, it comes with all of the problems with a new division.
Yes. Okay.
The growing pains of going into a new direction. 11, Anita. Good Lord.
I end up doing multiples, and then I pick one. Oh wow.
Hey, at least you've got plenty to work on. Like that's always the fear, is that whenever I write something, that's the last idea I'm gonna ever have, because I always work one thing at a time.
Yeah, I mean, this is where the scatterbrain of mine is now in effect, because I don't know which one to go to.
Okay.
I have so many and I have no deadlines. Actually, I have one deadline beyond the one that I just finished,
Okay.
that I started to write, but that's in November or
Oh, that's
October or
so far
November.
away.
So that's I think this one that I'm finishing up is August. But yeah, so those are so far away because this is the year of cruises and weddings. We now have three in the fall, three weddings, and then yeah.
Yep.
So this
Yeah.
is why I didn't want to schedule things. Next year I'll start to schedule again,
Okay.
or at least try to get at least two scheduled a year at that point. Because yeah, it's just like at least two scheduled.
Yeah, I think you work best when you've got a deadline. I do work better when I have a deadline, but I seem to
Mhm.
stress myself out so much more.
Yeah, I like the fact that I have the longer deadline because I have a chance to sit back, let it sit on the burner, go back to it,
Hmm.
and add the different layers without being rushed.
There you go. Nail on the head right there. I think
Yeah,
it's the rushed feeling of
yeah, and I'm
if
like,
I
I
give
kind of like
something
that.
marinating time,
Mhm.
it
Yes,
wouldn't be so stressful.
right. I waited a few weeks before I picked it up on the Kindle, and I did that when we were in Florida waiting to go on the cruise, and I edited it on the Kindle.
Okay.
So I did the passive, oh, this is an echo word, or this is the wrong word, pommel instead of pummel. Like, furry instead of fury. I mean, those were two things that I
That
did.
definitely could take the book in an interesting direction.
Yes, yes. The furry one, I actually was with a bunch of people and burst out laughing. And I told them, and my son you all have met my son. He goes, keep it. That will make it interesting. I'm like, no. You don't understand. That just doesn't work there.
Sometimes it's fun to throw in some of those wacky lines, I swear.
Yes.
Especially when you get to the delusional point of writing where you've been staring at the same thing for so long that
Yes.
just stupid comedy comes out at that point.
Exactly. So having the time to really bake it feels
Yes,
good.
Anita. Some
Yes.
typos can be
Yes.
very fun.
Yes. Yeah, they can. Yes. Cook instead of cock. There's
Yep.
one for you. But the other way around.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
I think
so,
books should have a blooper section at the back.
oh my God, that would be so funny. Yeah, too bad I don't keep old versions. I don't do the version control.
I do. I have so many copies of everything.
I have my work in progress, and then when it goes out to edit, I save a copy to my Amazon file and have the title and then dash Amazon,
Hmm.
and then that's the one I do the final edits to. Because if I keep it in the work in progress and edit it there, I don't know which one to do.
Hmm.
I usually will never have a second copy that's not edited on my computer
Oh, okay.
because of situations where the wrong version gets uploaded.
Sure. I do the date trick with mine. I save it with the new date,
Okay.
so I know when I last touched it, basically.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Anita shares her best typos in the group. That's great. Especially when they're like hilarious and you get the laughter from everyone
Mhm.
else.
Yeah,
Everyone else can
the
appreciate it.
furry versus fury was very funny. Mm. But yeah, when I'm in the zone, I notice I have more typos than than not.
Yeah, because you're word dumping at that point.
Yes, it's like it's rolling.
Hmm.
And this one rolled. It rolled nicely, but now I need to move on to something else and give that my attention. And I've got a few thousand words in my Angel Born one, which is that has the Ryan family in it. Yay! And
I
I'm like,
like
okay,
them.
I know, so do
That's
I.
the series I followed.
They are my favorite. That's why I was like, okay, I saw the cover. I'm like, I gotta write something else in their world. So I have that. And then I have the Christmas elf, a Christmas elf one that'll come out. That'll be in my Silent Night series.
Okay.
That'll be at the end of the year. And then my Valkyrie one that I've stuttered with for years because I have the full the full outline.
Yep.
Which makes it not
Panther's kryptonite.
Yep, exactly. And that
Story's
one,
already
like,
written.
yeah, it's it's a struggle.
No,
But
I get that because essentially my
yeah,
day job is writing
being a
from
guest.
outlines and I
Yep.
don't
And then
get creative freedom. Oh.
this is out in paperback, and
Ooh.
it's in the set um that I'm in too. I just completely
So pretty though. Oh
yes,
man.
yes, Pack Magic. So that'll come out under my name individually this summer. So I can't wait for that.
How many are
But
you up
that's
to now? What's your book count?
I think it's like 69 or 70.
You finally hit 69.
Yeah. I'm trying to bypass that quickly. And it's not happening. Yes. So, and my shelves are nice and clean because I have all the hardcovers as we talked about.
Oh yes, the beautiful
So,
hardcovers.
yes, the beautiful hardcovers, and yeah, I'm there.
How's the day job? Is it super busy right now, or do you have the mental energy to write at this point?
Not this week. It's starting to ramp up again. So we're starting in on other new things now. So we're finally ramping down on some of the other business analyst things. So yeah, it's getting a little crazy. And my favorite project manager is retiring next month.
Oh.
So I will miss her, and hopefully I won't get things dumped on my lap. But yeah,
Famous last words.
yeah. Well, I mean, we're short timers at this point, but that's beside the
There
point.
is that. That's true. So, because the audience might actually appreciate this, or anybody watching later, balancing the workload, especially when the day job gets ramped up, like you said, and finding time to write.
Yeah.
What are your strategies for that?
I always tried to find time in the evening, at least to write a couple hundred words at minimum, especially on those bad days, because writing kind of keeps me balanced and centered. And keeps my temper in check at work.
It's cathartic.
I'll put it that way. I find when I don't write, I become this scatterbrained. No, I think that's more because I completely checked out of everything on the
But
vacation.
you are on vacation. You're supposed to check out. It's just harder to check back in.
Exactly. It's harder to check back in when you completely checked out. I left my computer at home.
That's a shocker.
Yes. I left that. I had my phone and I had my Kindle. Those were the only electronics, and my phone was usually used for pictures. And I did post a couple of the island pictures as I was going when I actually had service. But yeah, normally I don't check out, or I haven't in years. So
How did that feel though to check out?
From well, I had my family with me.
Okay.
So it's very different. I had my both of my kids and my grandkids and our close friends and one of his brothers and his wife were there. So it was easy to check out. It was easy not to go on and scroll on Facebook, which it
Yep.
was nice.
That's
A
my
lot of the
checking out.
toxicity wasn't there that you see day to day.
Okay, that's a good thing to talk about too,
Yes.
because we get on like that, just blind scrolling or watching reels or TikToks or whatever, and there's so much negativity when you do
Yes.
that's being tossed at you. It definitely colors your view on things. So
Mhm.
you having that time completely checked out from even social media, was that refreshing? Did you feel better? Do you want to even go back on social media after that break?
I've been slow to go back on. I've been looking at the things that I'm required to, I guess you could
Okay.
say, and nothing else. And I've been looking at the pretties,
Of course.
but I've been refraining. I have been a good
Of
girl.
course.
I got the new chibis of my
You
characters.
posted
So
your logo. I
yeah,
saw that. It was
yep,
adorable.
yep. So now I have to figure out what to do with them, because I have Mikhail from the Dragon Tempest series in the
Okay.
chibi. I have the characters in Wicked Heart. So I've got Robbie and the main female character, which, as I said, my brain is not working. Come on with her name. Yeah, this is what happens when you completely check out. You're like, okay, who are my characters? Where am I? But yeah, I have those, and then I had my author one that I can put in different settings and do fun things with. So I just have to figure out what fun things I'm going to do with them.
They're cute. They're cute.
Yeah.
What to do with them? That's the hard part, because you're like, oh, I just want to get them and have them, and now I have to use them.
I did a couple blurbs with or at least did a blurb with Mikhail. So that was kind of cool. I should have gotten Holly as well, but I just didn't think. I just,
Where are you getting
like,
these created?
I have. Hold on, I can get her name, Chrissy, and I don't know her last name. Where is she? Chrissy Mage, Mage. She did them for me.
Okay.
And I saw them through, I forget who I saw them through, and I'm like, oh, look at those. And then I reached out to her. I said, when's your next opening? This was back in December that I saw them.
Okay.
And she said February was their opening, and we went from there. So I got 5.
Not a bad weight either. That's not too
No.
bad weight. I know
No.
artists lately have been just.
I got actually 4, not 5.
It's like the artists that are good, their
Yeah.
waiting lists are just getting so long.
Right. And I don't know. I just figured I wanted myself in a fun chibi.
Of course.
I was like,
Of
yeah, let's do that. So, and I didn't give her much except for my social media picture that I have that you see where my hair actually looks blonde, which it really never has been blonde. I said, except my hair's white now. So she did it white for me.
But you have embraced it well.
Yes, I have. Yes. And it's much whiter now that I've been in the sun.
I'm still fighting it. I'm still fighting it. I don't want to embrace the grays yet.
I just said to hell with it. It's easier. And my hair's still soft. So it's not that, grainy, yucky gray.
I asked in the chat how our audience is dealing with social media, the social media drain.
Yes.
And Anita says, I have my art to play with and my favorite art, YouTubers. Okay, to counteract the negativity. I like that. Yeah, go for the things you love.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the other time suck I have, or I had before I went on vacation was I got Book Brush. And I've been
Oh,
playing with that. I didn't get the premium, which had the video one, but I'm toying with it because my son keeps telling me to do TikTok. He
yep.
does TikTok and he does YouTube and he does these other things. And I'm like, he tells me just go on there and say something funny and then get off. Just be yourself, Mom. I'm like, oh, great.
My
Thank
daughter
you for
once
thinking I'm funny.
my oldest daughter once said that she wanted to make a TikTok of just recording me doing just my blind rants when I get angry and just start spouting off nonsense because she thought it was hilarious, and it probably would have been funny, but I don't know that she would have had enough content to keep up with.
Yeah. I mean, in the car, he spouted off something. I said, text that to me because that was brilliant. So, Affinity, yeah, I haven't been able to.
So Affinity upgraded, so it's now 2.0, which has a
Okay.
lot more features,
Okay.
but still it is cheaper than Photoshop. They have the publisher, they have the Illustrator, and the photo programs. They're not exact duplicates, so if you're used to Photoshop, there's a learning curve, but man, they're powerful tools, and
Yeah,
you can do
I'm
pretty
used to
much
GIMP.
everything.
I'm used to GIMP, so I'm not even a Photoshopper.
I've been watching Photoshop tutorials lately. Not that I'm creating anything, but it's like, oh, that's a cool trick. Oh, I like that.
Yep, exactly. I've been watching some things too, just the reels of the, how-to things. And I'm like, I think it's just a soothing pastime just to blank out your brain and get reset.
And it's gathering knowledge in a way, which I love learning things that I'm interested in. So that's kind of, it's a positive thing, even if I don't end up using it. Designer 2. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
I have all of the original ones, so I have not yet upgraded, but I know the upgrade is basically purchase price at this point. So unless I dive deeper into working with them, I'm going to stick with the originals because I already paid for them.
Right. Right.
And I'm
I
not
think I have
making
them
art
too.
right now. Smack the hand. I don't need it.
Yeah. All the promo stuff. I've been making fun, promos, and I have a whole bunch of them now, and I just have to get the oomph up to go into the different groups and post them with the links and all of that stuff. And it's just like as I said, I've been sort of shying away from social media. And I was like, yeah.
And you get sucked back in so quickly if you do go in to do those things. And it's like, oh, I'll just look. Oh, doom scrolling.
Yep. I have actually clicked through on some books that I've seen on Facebook. I mean, because I've been reading a lot lately. So I've been clicking through and going, oh, okay. And then, reading the reviews, reading the first couple of pages. And if the first couple of pages grab me, then yes, I buy the book. And I've been reading the Arcane Society books that I've been getting.
Okay.
So, and some of them, I've actually read through the series on Kindle to see if I'm going to get books 3 through 6 or books 3 or 3 and 4, just because I'm like, if I don't like them, why would I have them on my shelf?
Yep.
But it's like, yeah, I have to wait for the Demigods of San Francisco ones that are coming on May 1st. They're opening up the sale for the last 4. And that series I want, because that was, if anybody on here hasn't read it, it's really freaking good. It kept my interest, and I wasn't pulled out by typos. I don't think there were many typos. So she had a good editor. So that is a key thing for all the writers out there. Find a good editor and or at minimum a proofreader that'll find wrong words.
Yeah, those wrong words really, really sneak up on you.
Yes, because if you're just using your word finder or whatever, it's not going to tell you something's wrong. That's
And when
why.
you write it, you know what you meant to say. So your brain just naturally fills in the gap. You don't see it.
Yeah, that's why I absolutely love writing on my computer, sending it to my Kindle and looking at it on a different medium.
Mm-hmm.
All the old writers used to print it out
Yep.
to read it. It's somehow that different medium makes you see things that you didn't
It's
usually
true.
see. However, you're still blind as the writer. You can't
Because
be
you're too
your own
close to the
editor.
work.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
But you will definitely see more in a different format. Sometimes even changing the font can help if you don't want to print it all out.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a Kindle to send it to, changing the font can also help you see those things because it changes
That's a
what you're
good thing.
seeing.
Yep, it does. Okay. That's a good tip. There you go.
Anita says, I use read out loud. Yes, hearing some
Yes.
other voice say your words, that will definitely make you see all of the mistakes.
Yes. You have to have a good headset though, especially with littles around.
Oh,
You write this stuff, Katie, and I write.
oh man.
Or actually, I should say when I write.
My littles were up my butt this week. And I get it. You know, it's spring break. They want to have fun. And I totally intended to be fun mom this week. I did.
So how do the stars look for us? What was this last week?
We got to get through this month, man. Astrologically speaking, this month is just a train wreck.
Okay.
This whole month.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yes. As I hold on to my desk because the whole world is moving on me.
No, it's literally so many shifts, like major shifts are happening. We talked about the whole Saturn moving in. So Saturn has spent about 6 years in signs it controls because it takes 3 years to get through each sign, and Capricorn and Aquarius are back to back. So it's now moved into a sign it doesn't control, but it's still Saturn. So you still get the Saturnian mommy dearest parental overlord in a place where it has less control. So it's more frantic kind of energy, and however that plays out. We got Pluto going to dip its toes in, and Pluto has like a 20-year cycle in each sign. So it's moving into a new sign, but it's only going to dip its toes in at the end of this month for I think 60-ish days, and then it'll go back until January of next year when it comes in again fully. So you get like a taste test of what those themes are going to be. Then you got Jupiter moving into Taurus, which should be positive. Should be. Fingers crossed. Every time I say that, it turns out not negative, but it turns out to be like overwhelming. Like, too much of a good thing becomes a negative at some point. That kind of is what ends up happening when you've got Jupiter, the benefic, moving into Venus's, the other benefic sign. It becomes too much of a good thing and you go overboard with it. Then we've got Mars finally out of its 8-month-long stay in Gemini because of the retrograde cycle. So you got a lot of new shifts that are happening all in this month, and it's just throwing everything into chaos, I swear.
Yeah, it feels a little chaotic, and getting my mind shift back into gear is rough. Rougher than I normally have found. So
yeah,
put a comma here.
Oh, Grammarly. I don't like Grammarly.
I've never used it.
I can't trust it because and granted, I make mistakes all the time, but sometimes I'm like, no, that's wrong. Not doing it. So I don't use Grammarly. I do like Pro Writing Aid though. And I got in on Pro Writing Aid long time ago and got the lifetime deal. So I don't have to worry about upgrades or anything anymore. Yeah. And no subscription costs. And I really like Pro Writing Aid because it does a lot of different things. It's got the echo finder, which me and my echoes. I love to get rid of the echoes. It's got a style checker where it will find your adverbs for you and help point them out so you can decide whether they really needed to be there or not. It's you can select certain things you want it to do like a combined view on. So if you want to look at, the diction, if you want to look at just the regular grammar, if you want to look at the echoing words, if you want to look at sticky sentence structures, you can
or overused phrases.
Overused phrase. Yeah, they have that too. Cliche finder. I mean, there's so many different things that you can either individually select for, or you can combine and create a custom report on. And I like it. Anita likes Pro Writing Aid too. Yeah. It's been very helpful. I mean, it's not perfect. It still suggests things that you're like, no, I'm not doing that.
Right.
But it really does help you to improve what you have.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Better comma controls.
Hey,
And you can select for different things. You can select for business writing. You can select for casual, creative, and it will adjust its sensitivity to things. Like if you look at the style checker under fiction, it'll point out the adverbs in dialogue versus adverbs out of dialogue, which is kind of nice because dialogue is dialogue. We don't mess with the, with the way people say things, but outside of it, I may want to look for those.
True.
And we have a Rebecca. Yeah.
Hey. She's got the draft of the assassin story of mine.
Fun.
She won't get to it for a few weeks probably, but at least she's got it. So I want to hear what she has to say about it and see if, I need to be beaten or what.
Wait, what? I went off Grammarly when it suggested changing beast to breast.
Okay.
That's a typo for the group. I like that.
That's like furry versus fury.
Oh, I like that one. That's a good typo.
Yes. Well, if it was breast to beast either.
Look, it was a really giant breast. Beast.
Yes. Milk it for all it's worth. Sorry.
That was good.
Okay. All right. Rolling with puns.
Keep them coming. That was good. I like that one.
This is what happens.
You haven't written in a while. We can tell.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't, and any motion of my head makes everything go like this.
Oh.
So let's sit here on the world and go like this. And I'm wondering if I should be wearing the wristband still. Just
I don't know.
To see.
Do you get seasick?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if I don't have the wristbands on, yeah. Yes. So it affects me. But this is going on a week.
Yeah,
I think the last time
now.
And maybe it's this desk. Maybe I'm allergic to the working desk.
Oh, no.
But I've also been sitting in the rocking chair today too. So maybe that just didn't help.
No.
It was motion of some sort. But yeah. I mean, yeah.
Stupid Grammarly, always screwing up my company name. Oh, yeah. 3 furries.
See, I knew I got it from somewhere. Yep. Oh, my. Yes. So, where to next?
Let's see. We talked about the internet drain. We talked about trying to write and all the fun barriers that have been preventing it. I've got to get a lot of writing done tonight. It'll be another one of those don't sleep nights because I got to catch up. I feel like the second I fall behind, everything piles up. And if I could just get out in front of my deadlines just a little bit, it'd be okay.
But that's one thing I've never been able to really do is pull an all-nighter writing.
It's not easy.
I have the utmost respect for you for doing that.
And honestly, I really shouldn't, because by the end of it, I'm writing gibberish. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Just get the words on the page.
I don't care what they say. I don't care if they make sense. Just get them out.
You read it the next day and you're like, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah. I mean, I've written after drinking, which is always fun, which is really fun, to read the next day. But I've never, I mean, I've gone late at night, but I work full time, so I don't have the mental capacity
And the
to
only way I
continue
can do
working.
this is
Yeah.
because my kids go to their dads on the weekend. So I have 48 hours with nobody needing me for anything. And because I have that time, a lot of stuff gets pushed towards that. And then I just burn out until bedtime Sunday night and we reset for the week, when the kids come home. But it's not
Yeah.
healthy. It's not a great thing.
No, and I'm looking at Rebecca's comment of she needs to write 7,000 words.
All right, Rebecca,
And
we're sprinting tonight.
Yep. I'm
Just
like,
be ready for it.
I've actually done that on a Sunday.
Yep.
7,000 words. I've done up to 14,000 words in a day, but that's when I'm in the zone, not when I'm on a deadline.
And then your brain is literally mush the next day.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. No.
See, everybody's having a screwy month.
Yeah.
Everybody I know has had a screwy month. It's just this month. Just get through it, guys. Just get through it. There's
just get through March. Just
hold on tight, because it's getting weird. We are not done literally until after April 1st, guys. It's it's just a shit show.
Well, she did 8,000 yesterday, so, but that's good. Yeah, the rest of the week I haven't gotten much done. I actually, in my editing, I think I added around 2,000 words so far in the last couple of days. So that's just layering.
The other issue I've been running into is I swear time's not moving right. Because I'll sit down to work on something and let's say I'm revising a chapter. And next thing I know, 4 hours have gone by and I'm still revising the same chapter. How is that even possible? Like, it shouldn't take me that long to get through, let's say, 2,000 words, and yet 4 hours pass.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like 4 hours, but 4 hours have passed. I look at the clock, I'm like, really? No!
Yes. Time has been particularly weird. Since the beginning of March.
Yeah.
And this week more so because we lost the hour of time, it seems.
Oh, when are we getting rid of that?
I thought we weren't falling back in the fall, but then I read that it wasn't passed. I'm like, fuck. Sorry. Well, sorry for my language, but
why can't they? Nobody likes it. Not a single person likes their time getting fucked with.
Right.
Why haven't we fixed this?
The fall's a little better because you actually get an extra hour.
But you still pay for that hour.
Yes, you do. The spring one, I mean, coming back from a cruise and then having to do that immediately was just a mind fuck.
Like the fall one, you instantly get a 4 o'clock sunset.
Yes.
And it completely throws you off. So yeah, sure, we get an extra hour, but no, it's not. It really messes with you either way.
Yes. I like the fact that it's light until almost 7:30 to 8 o'clock now or 7 o'clock now where I am. I like that now, so I want to stay on this.
I guess I'll like it more when it's warmer. It doesn't feel right when it's still cold, and the weather's been wacky too, with hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. It's like that meme that winter just keeps storming out and coming back in, and another thing.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. When we went on vacation on our cruise, as with most vacations we go on in the winter, we got dumped on here in New Hampshire with snow. At least my brother-in-law was here to run the machine and do the thing. but yes, and that was probably the only real time we could have gone snowmobiling too. But we were in the Caribbean, so I don't feel so bad.
Yeah, I think you're okay on that one. On balance, I think you got the better end of the deal.
We thought about trying to go last Sunday, but neither of us were in the condition.
Vacation hangover?
Yes, vacation hangover, big time. And I had, 6 loads of laundry to do. I hate laundry.
Yeah.
I'm like dreading the 2 weeks in Alaska. This was only 10 days overall. So
It's still a lot of laundry when it all
yeah.
piles up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. 15 days. Actually, it's going to be almost 17 days with travel. Because the way back is a 2-day travel thing.
Oh, wow.
Because they have us going from Vancouver to Seattle to Dallas to Charlotte, staying overnight in Charlotte to go to New Hampshire.
Okay.
Yes, I know. What the hell? I'm like, we could have gone, a red eye from LA to Boston, but then we'd have to get up to just New Hampshire. It's just like, what the hell? Yes, going anywhere is a nightmare. That's why we went down to my kid's house and flew out of Bradley in Connecticut instead of from up here to Florida. It was a one shot.
Okay.
And we had my grandson between us, and they had their daughter between them. She did beautifully. They both did beautifully on the way down until a half an hour before we were to land, and then she did not want to sit down. She had enough. And she started screaming.
Oh.
The 2-year-old. Oh yeah. And throwing herself and screaming.
Murphy's Law.
Yep. Yeah. On the way back, it was perfect. They were perfect on the way back.
Rebecca says Stacy is also on a cruise in the Caribbean.
Oh.
It'd be funny if you guys were together and didn't even know it.
Really? It wasn't this past week. We came back home. We went from the 4th to the 11th. So
now what's the next the next cruise you're going on?
It's in July.
Okay.
It's 15 days.
Okay.
It's actually land and sea. So we go up to Fairbanks and do, I think it's 8 days on land and then 7 days on sea.
Wow.
From there down to yeah.
Is the whole family going again, or is it?
No, this is just his parents, their cousin, and his sister and her fiance.
So still a decent sized group, though.
Yeah, there's 9 or 10, 8, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. There's 4 of us. Yeah, 8. But 5 of us are flying together from here because my sister-in-law is down in Florida. And she and her fiance and her friend are flying from down there. Okay. So, yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. And I have to make sure my camera works.
At least you went when... or at least you've got something to look forward to.
She sent me pics because she loves me.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Apparently you need to post some more pictures.
Well, I have the dolphin video on my profile.
Okay, so look at that. You said before you left that you had posted a poll in your Facebook group asking your readers if they wanted that kind of stuff. And what was the ultimate response?
They did. They said yes. 100% of everybody who voted said yes.
And were they responsive to your pictures?
Some were. I didn't even look.
Kind of an impromptu, just wondering if it tracks.
Yeah. I mean, I sent pictures of the places. I sent a couple of me and Darren, and me hugging the dolphin once I got it, because we had to wait a couple days to get that. But yeah, I didn't show all of the pictures because, of course, I'm not necessarily going to put my grandkids fully on the page.
Fair enough.
Without their mother's permission. My son can go on there because he's been on the show.
There you go.
He's writing on his own. He hasn't published anything, but he's writing and he's gaming and he's He's got a couple thousand followers here and there. So, hey.
Yes, so she saw the pictures. They were nice while she
Thank
sat up in
you.
the snow.
Yes. I'm sorry.
No, that's a good thing. I prefer to see, the beautiful scenes and imagine that I'm there with you
Yep.
when it's
Yeah. I mean,
miserable and rainy and cold.
I didn't take as many pictures as I normally do because I didn't have my 35 millimeter camera with me. I just had my phone and a little, snap and go thing. And that snap and go thing I couldn't do anything with until I got home.
Oh,
So it was just my phone and, what I took on my phone. Because I wanted to be present.
I was just about to say that you were still present and in the moment and enjoying your vacation. And that's what's
Yes.
actually important.
Yes.
We put
Yes.
way too much emphasis on taking all the pictures, although it's nice to have them for the memories.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, we do get a little obsessed with them, I think.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
pictures
they
help
do.
you dream
They
of
do.
summer.
They do.
Well
And when I go to Alaska, I've got to make sure my 35 millimeter camera works because the last time it kept sticking. So if it's going to stick, I don't want to carry it around.
Mm.
But I want to take those pictures because up there it's very, very, very beautiful. And and the last time I took a ton, but I also had the conglomeration of everybody who went, all of their photos. So I had thousands to choose from.
Wow.
Because my sister-in-law lives behind the camera snapping. Snap. But you get a few hundred beautiful photos out of the thousands you do.
Yeah.
So White Sands, New Mexico. That's kind of cool.
I like this idea. Rebecca says that she's got a picture to confuse her brain in hot and cold season.
Okay.
I like that idea. So yeah,
Yes.
pictures of hot places while it's cold.
Yep.
Trick yourself into thinking you're warm.
Well, see the metal art up there?
Yep.
That's from Alaska.
Oh.
So we have one here, and we have one in the trailer at the campground. So this was my in-laws bought that one, and we bought. See, it's with I think there's an eagle up there somewhere.
It's hard to tell exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's like a pond and trees, and yeah. Actually, yeah. Like I had to look at that one.
I'm gonna have to try that in the summer when it's like 120 here. I'm gonna put pictures of winter all around my desk and see if that helps me stay cold.
I can certainly send you pictures of snow. We still have snow.
I've been there when it was 101 and in the middle of a whiteout snowstorm. Look the same.
It looked the same both times. Okay.
Yeah, and it's been unusually cold, or at least it feels that way to me out here in Vegas. We actually got snow. Didn't stick, but we got snow, which is strange to see. And it's just gone like hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. I hate that when it does this.
Yes.
It's like one day it's warm and you feel great, and the next day it's freezing and my fingertips are frozen and I can't type. And
Here it's been today it was 42, and normally that would feel like summer here for us. It was like, oh, it's spring. Like I went out, I'm like, fucking cold. 1 week at the Caribbean did this to me. But I did go for my walk today. And of course I'm wearing, like a 3/4 length sleeve. So it's not like I'm in a sweater.
I was surprised. It was really chilly today. And we did, the gym that I go to had their grand reopening and they did an open mat. And usually when they have the open mat, like it gets really hot with everybody in there rolling around, and they had the doors open front and back. And I realized at one point that while I was sweating, it wasn't sticking. I didn't feel wet because it was just such a cold breeze blowing through there.
What do you consider cold?
Okay, for me, anything under 70 starts to get cold. I have very my blood is so thin from living in the desert for a long time. anything under 70, I start to get cold. Plus, I've got the whole anemia issue, so I have
Mhm.
problems regulating body heat anyways. But yeah, when it's like 40 degrees at night, yeah, I'm bundled up with every blanket I can find and my, you
Yeah.
know, my hot things. And yeah, it's too
Yeah,
cold
'cause
for
you
me.
guys
I would
don't
not
have
survive where you are.
you don't have heat, right?
I do.
Oh, okay. You have
Yeah,
heat?
I have
Okay.
heat,
Oh, all
but
right.
gas is expensive. So
Yes.
if I don't need to run it and save a couple of bucks,
Yep.
put on a blanket.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
no, and the
it's
gas bill has been 3 times higher this winter than it has been in years
oh, I
past.
know. I'm
So
sure.
I'm like, if I can handle it with, you know, extra blankets, I'm not using the heater, especially again the weekends when the kids aren't here.
Yeah,
I can tough it out.
I was freezing in the stateroom. They had the air so cold. My husband was freezing. So, that kind of tells you something. So we turned it to sort of the warm side of the spectrum or opened the door. And then it was just cool and muggy instead. So, yeah. When I ended up turning it up and we closed the stateroom door, the balcony door, it got better. But yeah, it's just it can be brutal in that manner. I'm
Mhm.
hoping see the trip to Alaska in July. Now it can be warm or it can be cold or it can be in between. So the
Yeah.
amount of shit we have to bring. I'm like, it's very different than shorts
Yeah.
and maybe a
Yeah.
couple dresses. Mhm. I-
First world problems though.
yes, exactly.
Oh,
We bought a wooden shark. It's probably this big and like this tall.
okay.
It fit in the suitcase, and we didn't go over the weight.
You just
I,
imagine the person scanning that through the
I
X-ray
know
machine.
we were
What the
laughing
hell?
about that. What the hell? And I had brought my pillowcases because I thought I'd use them in the hotel because sometimes that makes us sleep better.
Mhm.
And I just never used them. And I'm like, when we were down there trying to figure out how they're how are we going to get this freaking thing back? It's a beautiful carving too. I should have Darren go get it and bring it in here, but he's watching the basketball in
So
the
did you
other
wrap it in
room.
the pillowcases?
Yep, and stuffed it with clothes so it would. And it
Again,
fit
I
in.
want to be that
The,
TSA security agent
the
going,
king,
what
yeah, the king size pillowcase. It fit in that
the cool.
barely. So that's what it fit in, with all the clothes stuffed around it. And then we stuffed it in the bag, and we transported. Billy got this huge Pikachu stuffed animal, like stuffed pillow,
Okay.
Pikachu pillow, in Jamaica that we wrapped around it. So I had Pikachu and a shark.
Yep.
Yes,
You gotta wonder what those TSA agents what
I
they're
know.
thinking. It's
Yeah,
probably not the weirdest thing they've seen anyways.
yeah. And Vicky was like, we can go to a post office because we got a day in Florida before we fly back. And we were thinking, no, we'll end up paying the
Oh yeah.
extra for the bag because it would be a hell of a lot less than
Mhm.
packing and shipping.
Yep.
And we didn't even go over the 50 pounds.
That's awesome.
It was probably about 20, 25 pounds
Okay. So
itself.
you're right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right
And
within the limits.
yep, and it was like 38 pounds for the thing when we put it through. So yeah, it's like under 50, yay! Vicky's bags weren't. I don't know why.
Some things do work in your favor.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Speaking of working, I haven't checked our schedule in a while because I know we've kind of just been
Yeah.
just playing things by ear, but I think not next week, but the week after is when we have our next show.
Yes, because next week I'm down taking care of the grandkids. So,
Fun.
I didn't want to try to herd kids and
Oh yeah.
be on
No,
the
no.
show.
Oh yeah.
I love you all, but it's just too chaotic for my brain.
Yes. I
Yes,
completely understand.
yes.
So
And then
hopefully,
April's pretty open. So I know we have David Green on the 15th, and I might see when CD Glory can come back if she wants to schedule something else.
yeah, she's
You
got enough
know,
to deal with though right now.
exactly. Give her the space and time to, grieve and, bury her family member. So
Mm. All
anyway,
right, back to happy
that's
stuff.
that's like a, punch in the gut at the end of the show.
We're all over the place today. It
Yes,
is what it is.
yes.
So we won't be back next week, but we will be back the week after.
Which is April 1st.
And we're gonna
April
have to do
Fool's
something
Day.
fun.
Yes.
All right,
Mm,
think about it.
we'll think about it. We'll plan and plot.
Well, thank you for everybody who's hung out with us today. We love
Yes.
you guys. We love chatting
Thank
with
you.
you. And we'll be back in about 2 weeks. Everybody have a good
Yes.
time. Stay safe. Get through the month.
Yes, get through the crazy month.
Yeah, just hold on tight. It's the whole month. Just is
Yes,
what it is. Okay, bye guys.
exactly. Bye.